KC9GCR889YE.
K9MED, K9MED, K9RFD. Start recording. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford. New Year 2022, and I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year to all. Let's hope 2022 is a lot better than 2021. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport. I'll be your net control station. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies. To have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8. minus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL in your radio is not working properly, you can check into the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 610 simplex. If I hear you, I will acknowledge you and check you in the net. This net is also being live streamed around the world on the internet. Those of you who are listening to this net via the internet, you want to check in. My KD9MED in Rochelle is live streaming this net on the internet and recording this on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page for future rebroadcast. If you check in on the internet, let Mike know you're checking in, and he'll relay your check-in to me. Also, if you're out in the sticks, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get into it due to conditions, or else you don't have internet access or what have you. You can check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FN. 232-3636. Local Freeport number. I'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio if at all possible. Okay, before we continue, I want to wish everybody, those of you of the Russian Orthodox, Greek Orthodox faith, a Merry Christmas. Today is Orthodox Christmas Day. Hopefully your Christmas was a very happy one. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time mobilizations. You can't stay for the net, you got family time, or you got something else going on that you can't stay for the net. I'll take your short time check-in, and if you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After we get done with short time mobilizations, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or ham fest. And that's okay. Then we'll do our regular features. Let me reset. I gotta be careful not to talk too long. Okay, we'll do our regular features. We'll do the W9UIJ Carl's Corner, and this is the new name of the tech portion of the net. You have any technical questions? Are you having a problem with your radio or your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna you want to put up on your tower? You have technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to try to answer them for you. Then afterwards, we'll do our other, the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner. This is an honor of a late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time he checked in his net, he always had a DX report. And so if you have any DX reports, we sure would welcome them here. and we'll do our swap net. You have any items to buy, sell, trade, or want anything related to hobbies of ramp trading or computers, go ahead and put that out, and we'll see if we can get rid of them for you. Tonight, 3 weeks ago, we did, I asked everybody who your favorite all-time pro wrestler was. Well, tonight, we're going to ask we got to give the boxers equal time. So we'll ask the question, who is your all-time favorite boxer? Rocky Marciano, Sugar Ray Robinson, Sonny Liston, Cassius Clay, or Muhammad Ali, or Joe Frazier, or George Foreman, or whoever. So we're going to have a fun night tonight. By the way, if you last week, I had 38 21 on-air check-ins. I don't know how many honorary check-ins. We had a total of 38 check-ins overall last Friday night. Then just before midnight, we had the special New Year's Eve edition of Friday Night Fun Net. I had 8 stations checking in. We were talking about New Year's, what we were planning on doing that day. And at midnight, we wished everybody a Happy New Year. And we got done about almost about 10 minutes after 12 midnight. Okay, one moment, please. Okay, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9GCR, W9JTC, gonna check in short time tonight. Jimmy, you have a great net.
I have no traffic.
The 9, ELB, Delta Lima Bravo, Dave, Freeport. In and out, no traffic.
Alpha Charlie 9, all positive. And no traffic, Jimmy, have a good net. And Muhammad Ali would be my answer. 73, short time.
Okay, we got a whole bunch of slew of check-ins here. N9JTC, Jamie in Rockford. Got you checked in, 73, have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. Alpha 9, the Victor Uniform, Mike in Janesville, Wisconsin. We've got you checked in, 73, have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. N9DLB, Dave here in Freeport, about a mile east of me. We got you checked in. Thank you for checking in, Dave. You have a good evening. AC9GO, Larry and Roscoe, Muhammad Ali was your guy. Okay, sounds good. Thank you for checking in, Larry. Any more short-time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, short time, no traffic.
K9YE, Dave Broadhead. Short time, no traffic.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg in Rockford, short time.
Okay, I got 3 more stations checking in. I was kind of waiting because I don't want to double walkover anybody who was trying to check in, so that's the reason for the pause there. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, got you checked in, Tom. 73, have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. AE9YE, Dave in Broadhead, Wisconsin, got you checked in. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll hear you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday. They'll be starting up again after a 2-week hiatus there before the holidays. N9, the GBP, Greg and Robert got you checked in. Greg, 73, have a good evening. Thank you for checking in. Are there any more short-time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9QPL, Paul and Low Spurt. Short time, no traffic.
K9QPL, Paul and Low Spark. Okay, Paul, I've got you checked in. Thank you for checking in. You have a good evening. We'll catch you on the Monday Night Rah-Rah Net. Okay. Any more short-time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I did have one early bird check-in. That was Pat, KD9MED in Warren, Illinois. You checked on the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. So, okay. So, any more short-time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on out. Okay. Let's go with general check-ins. This time, do we have any general check-ins from Northern Illinois who wish to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on out.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle.
Okay, I got two stations checked in. K9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. Got you checked in, Larry. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. KD9MED, Mike, Don, Rochelle. He's live streaming this net on the internet and recording this for a future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. Okay, Mike, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois with the Friday Night Fun Net, please go on out.
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway. My name is Kurt and I'm in Roscoe.
KE9N, Kurt and Roscoe. Got you checked in, Kurt. Thank you for checking in. We'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now. Okay. We got a good turnout from Northern Illinois. Let's see if we can get a good turnout from Southern Wisconsin. Any stations in Southern Wisconsin would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please go now.
9 GDY.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
NA9N. KA9BDI.
All right, I got 4 stations checking in from Southern Wisconsin. KD9GDY, got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in. KC9RGG, Norman, Orfordville, Wisconsin. I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. NA9N, Rob, there's a blast from the past, as you used to say on the rock and roll stations. Hey, welcome back. I got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. And Thomas, KA9BDI. Haven't heard from you in a long time. Another blast from the past. I've got you checked in, Thomas. I'll get back to you in a few minutes at the roundtable, and thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Southern Wisconsin with the Friday Night Fun Net, please go on out. Well, it's Friday Night Fish right now in Wisconsin, which you know where everybody's at. Their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, bullhead, northern pike, walleye, muskie, or crappies. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, you're eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. Of course, you cheese lovers are eating some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. The lake should be frozen solid up there now, so you can take your Jeeps or four-wheel drive vehicles, drive out on the lakes, take your tents, your shanties, your generators, your TVs, and your food, your grill, your beer, and what have you. Then you do plenty of ice fishing. When you take go, take your HGs with you so you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net. At this time, any stations from anywhere in Northern Illinois or Southern Wisconsin would like to check in, please call now. at this time, let's go, I'll go ahead and get my traffic. We'll try for some more check-ins later on during the net. And, oh, by the way, last week the net ran for the main, the regular net lasted for 2.5 hours. We got done just for 10:30. At 11:30 we started the New Year's Eve net special edition, and we went for about 40 minutes. We got done around 10 minutes after midnight. So okay. Now the only traffic I have tomorrow. I just got this from George, N9WSQ, our club president. We will have a in-person meeting of the K9RFD Repeater Association tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. in the Freeport Public Library in the second floor boardroom. If you're not doing anything, come on over. The weather's supposed to warm up, and you don't have to worry about your cars not starting. So come on over to our in-person meeting at tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock, Freeport Public Library, second floor boardroom. Okay. At this time, does anybody else have any traffic you'd like to pass along for the net? Okay. We'll move on to the W9UIJ Carl's Corner. This is in honor of our late great friend and colleague, Carl Larson, W9UIJ, who passed away last month. He and Tony, K9RFD, did the old Tuesday evening TechNet on the 145-110 repeater. Carl's Corner. Carl always read some information from the different magazines about propagation, equipment, and theory, and what have you. What we do here, are you having a problem with your power supply? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? You have any technical questions? Please feel free to ask them, and we'll see what we can do for you. Does anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net? Okay. All right. No technical questions. We'll move on to the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner. In honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Whenever you had checked in this net, you always had a DX report. Does anybody have any DX reports that you'd like to pass along at this time? Okay, whoa, we're moving right along here tonight, folks. No DX reports, so we'll go ahead with the swap net. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be related to the hobbies of apps, radio, or computers. All items to be bought, sold, or traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. You may mention the price over the air, but any haggling should be done either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic you'd like to pass along at this time?
Check in, Jimmy. KC9DDF.
Oh, hey. KC9DDF, John and Elgin. We'll put you down. How are things going with you?
Going okay, just staying warm, I guess. Hey, I've got a bunch of tower sections. If anyone's interested, it's free. Some Roan 25 or whatever, the heavier stuff. I also have some lighter sections, so would need to pick it up here in Elgin, but they can contact. I have got a good email on QRZ, but free Roan tower sections. I think I've got about 12 or 13 sections altogether. I may want to hang on to a few, but it's available. Jimmy, back to you.
That is terrific. That is terrific there, John. Okay, how can you be reached?
I've got a good email up on, if they look me up on QRZ under my call sign, good email on QRZ.
Okay, sounds good. John, K9DDF in Elgin has 12 to 13 sections of a Roan tower. If any, he's giving them away. If you want content or you're interested in some, why contact John K9DDF at his email address under his call. Does anybody have any questions or comments concerning these pieces of rolling tower?
KE9M.
KE9N, go ahead, Kurt.
One of the things I thought about, Jimmy, and totally up to you, but even if people don't have something to sell, you might want to ask, are they looking for something? You're looking for a 2-meter rig, you're looking for a 2-meter antenna, whatever it is. If anyone's actually looking for something, maybe they could throw that out and someone could respond.
Kurt, I think that's a good idea. That's great. That's wonderful. Okay. Anybody listening looking for any kind of a 2-meter radio or anything? Come on back. Well, I guess not, Kurt. But hey, thank you very much for that suggestion. That's what we'll do after this. Thank you.
Hey, no problem, Jimmy. I just happened to think, you know, if no one's looking for anything, there's not much to advertise in.
Yeah, you got a point there, Kurt. Yes, thanks very much. That's what we'll do after this. Okay, does anybody else have any swap net traffic you'd like to pass along? Okay, John and Elgin, let's hope your computer crashes there. Let's hope you get a lot of contacts. You know what I mean. The late great Russell of N9LXS, when he used to run the Wednesday evening swap net here in Freeport on the 3.9 repeater, always used to say when he said when anybody had some stuff for sale, he said, "I hope your phone rings off the hook." Sounds good. Okay. Thank you for checking in, John. Stick around. I'll get back to you for a few minutes of the round table. Okay. Oh my goodness. Did I double with somebody? Come on back. All right. Well, 3 weeks ago we were asking everybody who their favorite all-time professional wrestler was. Now we gotta give the professional boxers their equal time. Who was your all-time favorite? This was at the suggestion of Larry, K9KZT. I guess he's not going to make it to the net tonight because he has his tooth was bothering him. So if that's the case, I'll put him down as an honorary checking later on. But who was your favorite all-time professional boxer? Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali or Cassius Clay, Floyd Patterson, Rocky Marciano. Okay, we'll start things off with KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. What do you say? Who's your all-time favorite boxer?
KC9GCR, KD9HKX. Good evening, Jim, and good evening, everyone else on the net. You know, I didn't really like him much, but I think the guy I liked best as the all-time best boxer was Muhammad Ali. He was just one tough guy, just a tough guy. He could take a beating and still come out late in the match and win. So I'd have to pick him for my favorite. Back to you, Case9GCR, KD9HKX.
This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Oh yeah, he was a character. He had an opinion. You either liked him or you didn't like him. But and what have you there. But yes, he was something else. It's it's unfortunate that Larry K9KCT probably is not able to check into the net tonight because his tooth is bothering him. But I'm sure he can tell you stories about Muhammad Ali from the guys who knew him, what have you. Okay, Larry, 7-3, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. And KD9MED, Mike in Rochelle, thank you for all you're doing. Who is your favorite all-time boxer?
KD9MED here. I'll go with Muhammad Ali. I've seen his movie and how he came about, and maybe very few people know this, but he actually had a small part on the Candid Camera TV series way back in the 70s. Brief reset. So on Candid Camera, they actually had a fake UPS driver or FedEx driver back in the day go up to his apartment out there and got him out there on the on his balcony there to trade a couple of moves for a package and all that, because they wanted, I guess they wanted some money or something from him, so he was just gonna show him some boxing moves and all that. But it made for some interesting TV back in the day. Anyways, KD9MED, back to net.
My mother always liked that show, Candid Camera, with the late Durward Kirby. Yes, that was a good show. Yes. I did not know that even took place. The Muhammad, float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. He did too. Okay, thank you for checking in there, Mike, and let me know if you have any internet check-ins there. Okay. KE9N, Kurt and Roscoe, what's going on with you? Who is your favorite all-time professional boxer?
KC9GCR, Kilowatt Echo 9, Norway. Hey, good evening to you, Jimmy, and everyone else on frequency. Good to hear everyone on this kind of cool Friday night. Not too much is going on with me. I've got to paint a radio cabinet, and I got the paint today, so I have to clean it up a little bit. There's a couple rust spots, and anyhow, I'm going to do that and work on that a little bit this weekend. Favorite boxer? Well, I like Muhammad Ali because he understood marketing, and he just had the whole act to put together, whether it was true or not, and usually it was. But I always liked him because he just had he had the moves, he had the speed, he had a lot of things, and of course he had the mouth to match. Not that that was bad, but it was always fun to listen to him. And, one of the things he said one time, well, I think I told you that the other night. He said he was so fast that he could be in bed and the bedroom light could be on. He could get out of bed, shut the light off, and get back in bed before the room would get dark. And he's a real interesting guy, actually. So I guess he'd be my favorite. The one that I laugh at all the time is Leon Spinks. Now, there's a guy that he didn't quite have it together. He might have been a reasonable fighter, but boy, he had a lot of detriments with him. Anyhow, so my vote's for Muhammad Ali over.
Oh yeah, that I'll tell you what. He also said that he was asked himself, why you do a lot of bragging? He said, it ain't bragging if you back it up. And he did too. And I'll tell you what, I think that first fight he was fighting with Sonny Liston. I remember that. I had just turned 16. That was back in '64. We listened to the fight on the radio, and I guess let's see. I think he knocked Sonny Liston down, and Clay, well, as he was known at the time, he said, "Come on, get up, you bum. We got millions of people watching on TV, listening on the radio."
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. He is pretty funny.
Yeah, that's for sure. That he was a great guy. That's all there was to it. Okay, Kurt. Thank you very much for checking in. Friday Night Fun Net. So, okay. By the way, I forgot to mention, we'll be doing the Friday Night Fun Net trivia segment in a few minutes here. So, okay. KD9GDY. What's going on with you? Who is your favorite all-time boxer?
Jimmy and everybody listening on the net, this is Kilo Delta 9 Golf Delta Yankee Jim up here on the north side of Beloit. That would be Wisconsin. Okay, well anyway, my favorite boxer, I have to agree with Kurt, who was just on there. I want to say Cassius Clay, or should I say Muhammad Ali? I think they're the same person, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he described it pretty well. I liked him for the same reason. So anyway, he was popular at the time when I was watching some of that stuff. So that's really all I got, unless you want to hear some nice DX reports. Other than that, been doing great up here, and thanks for picking me up and doing the net, KD9GDY.
Hey, I'll tell you what, this net is not formal. So if you want you have a DX, or you want a DX report, well, I'll tell you what, why don't you just stick around. I want to get to a few more stations there, and I'll get back to you for your DX report. So, thank you for checking in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. K9RGG, Norman Orfordville. What's going on with you, Norm? And a Happy New Year to you and your family. Who is your favorite boxer?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. Jim, my favorite boxer was a dog that I had. As a little kid, his name was Ranger. He lived for many, many years. And of course, he was a fawn boxer, not a brindle. And I'd have to say that was my favorite boxer.
Okay, Norm. Sounds good. Hey, thank you for checking in. I better let you go so you can hit the sack. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Hopefully we'll hear from you next week. Okay, now, Rod, NA9N. Long time no hear, bud. How are you doing?
Good, Jim here. We're actually mobile. We're parked at the Beefaroo in Roscoe. We made a special trip down here because we can't hit the repeaters down here from up in New Glarus. So Thomas and I came down here, and over Christmas I picked up a little 10-tech 2-band QRP-CW transceiver, and I'm kind of looking forward to getting that out when the weather's a little nicer and getting outside a little bit with that and trying to make some CW contacts. And as far as my favorite boxer go, I'd have to go also with the Black Superman, Muhammad Ali. That Thrilla in Manila back in '75 when he beat Joe Frazier was just amazing. So, back to you, Jim.
Okay, well, sounds good there, Rod. Scott, K9YI usually checks into this net there. He didn't check in last week, but maybe he'll check in later on, and he'll be resuming the Greene County net this coming Sunday. It was off there for a couple of weeks with the holidays and stuff. Okay, we'll talk to you later, Rod. Thank you for checking in. Hopefully someday you'll be able to put up a 100-foot tower or something like that, and you can get into all the different repeaters. So, okay, thank you for checking in. K9BDI, Thomas, what is going on with you?
K9BDI, yeah, I am nothing much. I just got back to school. This is my first week back from winter break. I don't really have a favorite boxer. I don't really know any boxers. I guess that's something I've never really watched. Back to you.
Okay, well that's fine. That's fine, Thomas. Hey, it's always good to hear from you. Hopefully we'll hear from you and Rod again one of these days. Don't be a stranger. Okay. Thanks to you guys for checking in. This was a pleasant surprise here. Okay, John, oh, that's right. You said Muhammad Ali was your favorite boxer. Okay, he's gone. Okay, that concludes my list. Are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go on.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Tom up here in Janesville, WI9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I'll go ahead and check in there, Jimmy.
KC9YI, Scott in Monroe.
Okay, got two stations. W99WTF Tom, I've got you checked in, and K9YI, Scott Monroe, I also got you checked in. Scott, I'll get back to you in a couple of minutes there. Tom, who was your favorite all-time boxer?
Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to go with the Porsche Boxster there because there's nothing like the sound of a horizontally opposed six-cylinder engine. That's what I'm going. My vote is for Porsche.
Okay, Tom. Sounds good. Hey, thank you for checking in, 7-3. Have a good evening. Hope we'll catch you next week. Scott, KC9YI, what is going on? Did you hear Rod and Thomas check in?
Yeah, I sure did. Hi, guys. If you're still listening, it sure is nice to hear you guys. Kind of a cold night to be out in the vehicle, though. But anyway, yep, we're just sat down here after having a meal with our friends here, and they just went home. So just turned the rig on. Hopefully, you can hear me tonight, Jim, and the repeater's coming in pretty good tonight here. So anyway, KC9GCR, this is KC9YI.
Sounds good. That sounds good. Just a minute. I want to see if Rod and Thomas, if you guys are still on there, go ahead and get back to Scott.
Good evening, Scott. KC9Y in the group from NA9N. Good evening, Scott. It's been a while since we've talked to you, and good to hear you on here. And Thomas and I kind of been off radio for a while. We're going to kind of dipping our feet back in it again and trying to get more involved again. So back to you.
It's great, Rod. Sure good to hear your voice. Hopefully you guys have been able to stay well. And we're still in Monroe here anyway, and hope to hear you guys both on the repeater. I was thinking of you just the other day. I haven't heard you guys on for so long, but hope that we'll hear you real soon again. Over.
Thanks, Scott. 73. Back to you, Jim. This is NA9N.
Well, I want to give you guys a chance to get together there. That's for sure. Okay, guys. Thank you for both you and Rod. I want to thank you and Thomas for checking in. Scott, I don't know if you follow boxing or not. I was asking everybody who your favorite all-time professional boxer was, like back in the day with Rocky Marciano, Sugar Ray Robinson, or Muhammad Ali, or Joe Frazier, or George Foreman. Who would you say?
Oh, I'm kind of afraid I'm like the other guy that checked in just a little while ago. My favorite boxer was a dog. In fact, we had a couple boxers when I was growing up on the farm there, and but I suppose Muhammad Ali is the one that I remember, so I suppose if you want to put me down for Muhammad Ali, that'd be fine. This is KC9YI.
I think he's going to win in a landslide here. That's what everybody's saying there too. Okay, Scott, thank you for checking in. I know we'll be looking forward to you starting up the Greene County net again this coming Sunday night. You guys took a hiatus there with the holidays. We'll be looking forward to hearing you this coming Sunday.
Oh, real good, Jim. Yeah, I was enjoying the Packer game last Sunday. You know, it's nice to have a Sunday evening off when those Packers are playing. You got to watch them.
I understand. Too bad you don't have a TV next to your Radio Shack. That's what I got here. I got the TV on right now. I'm watching WWE Friday Night SmackDown. That's a pro wrestling show.
Yeah, you know, that's a good idea. I think K9YE has a TV pretty close to his ham shack there too. So yeah, that would be nice to have a TV in here. So anyway, thanks for letting me in here, and just try to stay warm tonight. And sounds like you got a pretty good turnout here on the fun net. So hopefully we'll catch you Sunday. KC9GCR, this is KC9YI signing clear. 73 guys.
K73, you guys. We'll catch you Sunday. That's Scott, K9YI. He's net control of the Greene County Aries Races net, which meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe with PL 123.0 minus offset. Scott is the net control of that net. It's a combination Aries Races and rag tune net there. It all depends on how many stations. Sometimes they go for an hour or an hour and a half or even 2 hours, but that still is a good net. By all means, do check out that net. Before we go any further here, KD9GDY. You have some DX reports. This is the W9 Gene Duncan DX corner. You have a DX report. Go ahead.
I just going to mention here, this is KD9GDY, returning. I worked France on 6 bands this week. And then also, just some noteworthy stuff. I worked South America, Puerto Rico on 2 bands, Hawaii on 2 bands. That all includes 80 meters, by the way. And then I got Australia, too, on 40 meters. You guys got to get up pretty early to get that one, probably. They like to come in here about 4 in the morning, so... All right, that's I wanted to report. Running some CW there with the SKCC. We have our month-long K3Y event going on, so I'm trying to pick off all them stations all over the world. So we're having fun with that. I kick it back to you. Thanks for letting me jump in with that KD9GDY.
Well, you're welcome. I have not had any DX reports on this segment for about going on a month or even more than that. So, but I'm glad to hear that. So, okay, thank you for checking in. You have a good evening, and hopefully we'll catch you maybe next week or somewhere down the log. Does anybody else have any DX reports they'd like to pass along? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put down W9GD in honor of the late great Gene Duncan, W9GD, King of DX. That call now is held by Gary, formerly K9FML in the Crystal Lake. Gary's got Gene Duncan's old call now, but I always put him down in honor of Gene anyway. All right. Are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
K9RFD.
W9RLT. Okay, Ricky. Good hearing from you. All right. Now, you and I talked the other day about the boxing you would have. Okay. Ricky, who's your favorite all-time boxer? And you might want to tell us about something in your life that we didn't know anything about. Go ahead.
KD9, yeah. Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody on the net. Yeah, good to hear everybody's answer. Good to hear a lot of people, have been watching boxing. Long story short, I grew up boxing, so quite a bit. So only lost one time. So yeah, it's kind of, if you put me in a fight nowadays, it'd probably be a whole different story. But yeah, I kind of grew up in the boxing, and one of my favorite people that I enjoyed. Not a lot of people know of him, but if you ever get a chance to Google him, it'd be kind of interesting to check him out. His name was Butterbean, and I just pulled him up before I popped on here to see what his career record was. I didn't realize he fought this many fights, but his name is Butterbean, and when he quit boxing, he had 77 wins, 10 losses, and 4 draws. So he was a big, fat, white guy, and he'd go in, and he'd only last 3 or 4 rounds, and
you know, if he knocked you out by then, you know, you were getting knocked out, and if you lasted longer than that, well, you beat him. But he was pretty good for you know, knocking people out within like a round or two. I didn't realize, or maybe I didn't, you know, remember, but it shows up on here. He fought Mike Tyson. Well, we all kind of know, you know, the end result of that one. Mike Tyson stomped him pretty good in the second round. I was sitting there watching the match on the computer here. So, but yep, Butterbean was his name. You know, not a lot of people heard of him, and you know, that's my guy.
Butterbean, that sounds good, Ricky. Hey, as long as I got some good news. I was running the Salvation Army SirenNet last night. Justin called me on the phone. I'm just getting ready to wrap up the net. I said, you can call me back in about 5 minutes. I'm wrapping up the SirenNet. So, but instead I ended up calling him. Got some good news. He and Kevin, W9KLG, they're going to give me a new microphone. It's going to take about a week and a half to get here. It's going to be a desk mic for my Yaesu FGM 100. They're going to give me they're going to put on the proper connection there, and they're going to bring it whenever they get a chance. So soon I'll be running the Friday Night Fun and using my ICOM my Yaesu FGM 100 again.
I was going to say, you're already talking in style, but man, they're really going to make it in style. Yeah, you'll like that, man. You know, those desktop mics, oh man, are they ever nice. So good to hear, good to hear. And Kevin and Justin, if you're out there listening, you know, much appreciated.
Oh yeah, when I was a CB operator, that's what I used. I used a desk mic. I had one of those modulated desk mics there. You had to install a 9-volt battery in there. You got to make sure to have it turned down, or otherwise you'd hear like your scanner would come over. You heard any background noise from the TV in the living room and what have you. Definitely gotta watch that.
I'm pretty notorious for that, so maybe one of these days I'll pick one up again. I'll send it back to you, Jimmy. Hope that you get some more check-ins there. Sounds like you got quite a bit. So good net, and look forward to doing the questions here shortly. WX9RLT, back to you, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. I'll tell you what. The late great Russ Love, N9LXS. Every time he had that, I don't know what kind of radio he had like those modulated desk mic. You can hear his TV in the background and something else. We had to tell him, Russ, turn that TV down or your mic down or something there. That's what it was back then. Okay, sounds good, Ricky. Thank you for checking in. Are there any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun at this time? If you're just coming home from the Friday Night Fish Fry, Steak Fry, grocery shopping, or the show, if you just now came home, turned your radio on, and you've been copying the mail for the last 49 or 50 minutes, this is your chance of checking the Friday Night Fun net from where we're in the region with route traffic. Please call K9GCR.
Easy.
KD9EPZ. Good evening, Al.
The subject for tonight.
I'm asking everybody who your favorite all-time professional boxer was. Rocky Marciano, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. 3 weeks ago, I was asking everybody who their favorite all-time professional wrestler was. I figured we better give the professional boxers some equal time. Who's your favorite boxer?
Say George Foreman.
Yeah, George Foreman, yep. He was something else back in the day. But look at him now. He's busy advertising and for George's Grill. He's arguing, advertising for Medicare, and he's advertising for something else now, too. I don't know what it is. Okay, Al, what else is going on with you?
My home carriage back. She came over for 3 hours tonight.
That is good. Hip, hip, hooray. That is wonderful. Hey, did you ever get your situation resolved with your chair?
No, not yet. They've got the parts on order, but the factory's was closed for since sometime last year, and it just opened up on Monday of this week. So it's gonna probably take a while to get the part.
Okay, well, sounds good, Al. That's great. Well, at least you're getting it back there. Hopefully you won't have to wait too long. Okay, Al, thank you for checking in. Night watch didn't come in worth a hoot last night, so just for your information.
I've been having a lot of fun on the winter heat contest. I talked to a gentleman 168 miles south, 30 miles south of Decatur on Simplex tonight.
That's great. That is wonderful. We must be, well, the band must be a little bit enhanced there tonight. That's good.
Yeah, I talked to him before. I went to log him in, because I don't log my 2-meter contacts normally into my QRZ logbook, but ones that are, you know, exceptional I do. And I went to log him in, and it told me I already had him logged for a QSO on 5.2 last year.
That's great, Al. That's great. Okay. Thank you very much for checking in. We'll be doing the Friday Night Fun Net trivia in a few minutes there. So okay. Thank you for checking in. Good to know that you'll be able to sit in your chair again, and that your cleaning lady is coming back. I just found out some news from my cleaning lady too. They're coming. Help at Home is coming back on their hours. So she was here Tuesday, and I will not see her again until next month, Tuesday, February the 1st. They're cutting back the hours due to COVID. So that's what my situation is. Okay, Al, thank you for checking in. Are there any more stations I'd like to check at the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now.
KC9GCR, here's N9 Chicago Northwestern. Mark, good evening.
N9CNW, good evening, Mark. What's going on with you? I'm asking everybody who their favorite all-time professional boxer was. Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, Joe Frazier, or what do you say?
Oh, I never was a huge boxing fan. The one I did enjoy, and if you look him up on YouTube, you can find him, a guy called Butterbean. And great big guy, but I don't know how many knockouts he had on one punch. He was something else. I think he's retired now. So look him up on Facebook. He's an amazing, powerful guy. You think he just looks like a chubby little sumo wrestler, but he had some power and he could take hits. N9CNW.
You're not the only one to mention this fighter, Rick. Ricky, WX9RLT mentioned that same guy too. Okay, sounds good. Hey, how did your New Year's go last week?
We had a good New Year's. It was quiet around here. My wife and I and the 2 boys, and we just enjoyed the day and kind of hung out. And so it was pretty good. My younger son went over to his girlfriend's later in the day, but it was a good New Year's. Right now, I'm just trying to stay warm in here. It's pretty chilly out there today. I had a couple doctor appointments yesterday, and I had to do dialysis this afternoon, so I'm getting out in it, but man, it's chilly. So stay warm, everybody, and we'll see you down the trail. N9CNW.
Sounds good. I got my heat turned up almost full blast in my apartment. It's so warm in here, it feels just like summer. In fact, I got my ceiling fan going. I got one of my little oscillating fans going, so it doesn't get too warm here at the radio desk. It's just like summer here in my apartment. Okay, Mark, N9CNW, thank you for checking in. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more stations want to check in this time? Please go on out. This is K9GCR, Net Controller, Friday Night Fun Net. Well, I guess you might say my all-time favorite boxer is, it's got to be Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, or whatever. But that guy was something else. He, like I said earlier, he said it ain't bragging if you back it up. Well, he backed it up all right. Don't think he didn't. He and Joe Frazier had those classic fights there back in the late 60s and early 70s. Then, of course, he and George Foreman fought a couple. I'm sure some of you probably remember the Thrilla in Manila with the gorilla. I think that was Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. Yeah.
Captain.
Hey, station, come back.
Hey, Jimmy, this is Kurt, KE9M. You know, if I remember right, they asked Muhammad Ali something about why they were fighting in Manila. And his comment was because it was the only place in the world that Howard Cosell couldn't find him.
I didn't know that. I wasn't aware of that. Okay. I believe you, by the way. Okay, thank you very much, Kurt. I appreciate that. Okay, what it was now. I'm old enough to remember the Friday night fights. They used to have I don't know what station they had them on. I think he was on 13 or 39, but way back in the day. I think that was put on by Gillette. Look sharp, be sharp, feel sharp, and what have you. And they sing that song. Well, you can't sing it on the radio, or I'll get into the doghouse with the FCC. But you know how it was. There was also the Blue Ribbon bouts, sponsored by Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer. They had those. I think that's what you saw about Rocky, the great Rocky Marciano. And I think he retired. He and Jack Tunney were the only two champions who ever retired undefeated. So I think Marciano fought 49 times. 6 of them were for the title, for the championship. So it's sad to say he lost his life in a plane crash back in 1969. You wonder what would have happened had he continued to live, had he not traveled on aboard that plane there. There was a time that he also appeared on the old Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life TV show. I got a VHS tape of that one. He and Rocky were talking there. He said, he asked him, what would you like to be at now that you're done fighting? What would you like to be? He said, what I'd like to be is become the High Commissioner of Boxing. Then Groucho said, I'll say that. If anybody disagree with you, I'll punch him in the nose for you. Groucho Marx, he was something else. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, now we're going to go with the Friday Night Fun Net trivia. This is an honor. Well, wait a minute. This is really for the benefit of those people who are starting for their first AM radio license. We got a lot of people listening to this net and all the other nets on the scanners. And we have other people who listen to this net for the enjoyment of it because they can't They can't listen to police communications anymore unless you have a very expensive digital scanner. You can still listen to fire and EMS traffic. So, again, this is for the benefit of those who are studying for their first ham radio license or listening on scanners. Now, if you know the answer, let's not depend on one or two people to give the answers. Let's, if you know them, let's all have some participation here. Okay. Oh boy. Just a minute. I'm trying to. It's 9 degrees right now in Rockford. I got the news just came on channel 39. So hold on. Okay, this is the first question of the trivia segment. This is from the technicians portion. What determines the transmitting privileges of an amateur station? A, the frequency authorized by the frequency coordinator. B, the frequency is printed on the license grant. C, the highest class of operator license held by anyone on the premises. D, the class of operator license held by the control operator. What determines the transmitting privileges of an amateur station? A, the frequency authorized by the frequency coordinator. B, the frequency is printed on the license grant. C, the highest class of operator license held by anyone on the premises. D, the class of operator license held by the control operator. Does anybody have the correct answer to this question?
D Delta.
Come on back.
Figured you know my voice by now, Jimmy. D Delta WX9RLT.
Okay, you keyed up too quickly. That's what happened. I was okay. You are correct, Ricky. You are correct. What determines the transmitting privileges of an amateur station? Correct answer, D Delta. The class of operator license held by the control operator. 97.103B. As a control operator, you may operate the station in any way permitted by the privileges of your license class. It doesn't matter what the station owner's privileges are, only the privileges of the control operator. When acting as a control operator, you are restricted to the privileges of your license class. Ham Radio License Manual, page 8-2. Okay, all right. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? A, only in sub-bands allocated to general class or higher licensees. B, only on repeaters. C, in at least some portion of all these bands. D, on any band as long as power is limited to 25 watts. Excuse me. Where may SSB phone be used in the amateur bands above 50 megahertz? A, only in sub-bands allocated to general class or higher licensees. B, only on repeaters. C, in at least some portion of all these bands. D, on any band as long as power is limited to 25 watts. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
EPZ.
Go ahead, Al.
Charlie.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. Where may SSB phone be used in amateur bands above 50 megahertz? Correct answer, C, Charlie, in at least some portion of all these bands. Every amateur band at and above 50 megahertz has frequencies available for CW and SSB operation. Ham Radio License Manual, page 6-2. This is K9 GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Before we continue, are there any more stations who'd like to check in the net this time?
Comment KD9EPZ.
Go ahead, Al.
The last question. Yeah, that's real nice, but it's hard to find a radio that does it. Now, my radio does do it, but it's getting harder and harder to buy a VHF or UHF radio that has single sideband on it.
Yeah, boy, ain't that the truth. I hear you there. I hear you.
You know, mine is like 2-meter radios with some single sideband. Now you gotta, I mean, I'm not saying they don't do them. My radio does it, but they discontinued my radio. But you'd have to go by, you know, you can't, basically you gotta spend $1,000 in order to do it.
Well, I'll tell you what. That costs you an arm and a leg for anything anymore. Ain't that the way it goes?
Yeah, I mean, I time I'd buy a 9700. Let's see, a Yaesu and 991 will do it. I'm trying to think of what Kenwood's still making that would do it. Somebody else probably know. But anyway, that's my 2 cents, KD9EPZ.
Oh yeah, I hear you. That's for sure. Hey, well, I won't be planning on buying any more equipment for quite some time. So that's about sure. Thanks for your comment, Al. We sure appreciate this. This is what the beauty of this net is, folks. We're not formal, so don't you checking out a sequence or something like that or whatever, don't worry about it. This is what makes this net fun. All right, continuing on with the Friday Night Fun Net trivia. We're in the technicians portion, okay. Which of the following is a likely cause of irregular fading of signals received by ionospheric reflection? A, frequency shift due to Faraday rotation. B, interference from thunderstorms. C, random combining of signals arriving via different paths. D, intermodulation distortion. Which of the following is a likely cause of irregular fading of signals received by ionospheric reflection? A, frequency shift due to Faraday rotation. B, interference from thunderstorms. C, random combining of signals arriving via different paths. D, intermodulation distortion. Anybody correct to answer this question? If you know this question, come on. Let's not depend on 1 or 2 people to answer these questions.
I'll jump in there with B Bravo.
Sorry, Ricky. That's not correct, but hey, thank you for trying anyway. I recognize your voice this time. Okay, anybody else want to give it a shot? All right, I'll read the question and give the correct answer. Which of the following is a likely cause of irregular fading of signals received by ionospheric reflection? The correct answer is C, Charlie. Random combining of signals arriving via different paths. Multi-path propagation of signals from distant stations results in irregular fading, even when reception is generally good, because signals taking different paths can interfere with each other at the receiving antenna. And read the license manual, page 4-2. Okay. What is the voltage across a 2 ohm resistor if a current of 0.5 amperes flows through it? A, 1 volt, B, 0.25 volts, C, 2.5 volts, D, 1.5 volts. What is the voltage across a 2 ohm resistor if a current of 0.5 amperes flows through it? A, 1 volt, B, 0.25 volts, C, 2.5 volts, D, 1.5 volts. Anybody correct answer this question?
GDY.
9 GDY, go ahead.
0.25.
Sorry, that's not correct. Thank you for trying. Anybody else want to give it a shot? Okay, I'll go ahead. I'll read the question and give the correct answer. What is the voltage across a 2 ohm resistor if a current of 0.5 amperes flows through it? Correct answer is A alpha 1 volt. And I'm not even going to, there's a mathematical deal here, which I'm not even going to bother to do. So, all right. Alrighty, just a minute. Oh God, I'm trying to avoid reading the same questions over again. That's what the situation. All right. Okay. What is the purpose of a safety wire through a turnbuckle used to tension guide lines? A, secure the guide if the turnbuckle breaks. B, prevent loosening of the guide line from vibration. C, prevent theft or vandalism. D, deter unauthorized climbing of the tower. What is the purpose of a safety wire through a turnbuckle used to tension guide wires? A, secure the guide if the turnbuckle breaks. B, prevent loosening of the guide line from vibration. C, prevent theft or vandalism. D, deter unauthorized climbing of the tower. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? Okay. What is the purpose of a safety wire through a turnbuckle used to tension guide lines? Correct answer is B, Bravo. Prevent loosening of the guide line from vibration. Safety wire through turnbuckles used to tension guide lines prevents them from loosening due to vibration and twisting. And read the license manual, page 9-18. Okay, that concludes this portion of Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. We're going to go to the general portion next, but before we do, are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, now we're going to go to the next segment, which is the general portion. All right. What license examinations may... Oh, what in the hell was that? What license examinations may you administer when you are an accredited VE holding a general class operator license? A, general and technician. B, general only. C, technician only. D, amateur extra, general, and technician. What license examinations may you administer when you are an accredited VE holding a general class operator license? A, general and technician. B, general only. C, technician only. D, amateur, extra, general, and technician. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
K9GDY.
Here's the GDY, go ahead.
See if we can get this one right. The answer is C.
You are correct. You are correct, Jim. What license examinations may you administer when you are an accredited VE holding a general class operator license? Correct answer is C, Charlie. Technician only. Holders of a general class operator license may only administer examinations for the technician class license. A general class licensee may participate as a VE in any exam session, but may not be the primary VE administering general or extra class exams. 97.509B3I, General Class License Manual, page 3-4. I think some of these questions really belong in the technician's portion, but okay. Oh, I read this question a while back. I'm not going to read. One moment, please. Those of you who work CW should know the correct answer to this question by heart. What does the Q signal QRL mean? A, will you keep the frequency clear? B, are you operating full break-in or can you operate full break-in? C, are you listening only for a specific station? D, are you busy or is this frequency in use? What does the Q signal QRL mean? A, will you keep the frequency clear? B, are you operating full break-in or can you operate full break-in? C, are you listening only for a specific station? D, are you busy or is this frequency in use? Anybody have correct answer to this question?
Let's try D Delta, KD9MED.
Okay, Ricky, I got you. We have two stations trying to get in there. Other station, Mike, I believe that was you. What do you say?
I went with D Delta. Are you busy? KD9MED.
Ricky and Mike, you are both correct. You are both correct. What does the Q signal QRL mean? Correct answer is D Delta. QRL is a Q signal hams use most commonly to ask if a frequency is in use before making an initial transmission. General Class License Manual, page 2-2. Oh, I already read that one. I don't want to read it. I'm trying to avoid reading the same questions over and over again, so. All right. Oh, that discussion is a lengthy one. I'm not going to read that one. Okay. What is a characteristic of HF scatter? A, phone signals have high intelligibility. B, signals have a fluttering sound. C, there are very large sudden swings in signal strength. D, scatter propagation occurs only at night. What is a What is a characteristic of HF scatter? A, phone signals have high intelligibility. B, signals have a fluttering sound. C, there are very large sudden swings in the signal strength. D, scatter propagation occurs only at night. Anybody correct answer to this question? All right, I'll read the correct answer. Read the question and the answer. What is a characteristic of VHF scatter? Correct answer is B, Bravo. Signals have a fluttering sound. And the discussion is rather lengthy, so won't worry about it. Okay, one moment, please. All right. How are the two separate frequencies of a frequency shift keyed or FSK signal identified? A, dot and dash. B, on and off. C, high and low. D, mark and space. How are the two separate frequencies of a frequency shift keyed FSK signal identified? A, dot and dash. B, on and off. C, high and low. D, mark and space. Anybody correct to answer this question?
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
Go ahead, Kurt.
That would be D as in dog. It's mark and space.
You are correct, Kurt. You are correct. How are the two separate frequencies of a frequency shift to keyed or FSK signal identified? Correct answer is D as in dog. Mark and space. For an FSK signal that uses two tones, MFSK or multiple FSK modulation uses more than two tones, a marked tone represents a digital bit value of 1 and a space tone represents a 0. General Class License Manual, page 3-4. Okay, we'll do one more question here, if I can find it. We'll find it here. All right. Okay. One moment. One moment, please. We'll find it. Okay. All right, here we go. All right. What are the toughest questions in the tech? Let's try that one more time. What are the toughest questions in the tech general and extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. Even though this next question I'm going to read is in the general portion of the, those of you new people who are going to get your ham radio licenses, someday you guys and gals are going to be involved in the tower climbing. You're going to be climbing the tower, or you're going to be part of a ground support crew. This question, which I'm about to read, may put you over the top as far as getting your technician's license goes. So, by the way, the next VE testing session here in Freeport will be Saturday, February 5th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. For more information, contact the Brandon K9LOA, one of the VECs here. Again, let me reset. This question might put you over the top as far as getting your technician's license go, even though this is the general portion. Which of these choices should be observed when climbing a tower using a safety belt or harness? A, never lean back and rely on the belt alone to support your weight. B, confirm that the belt is rated for the weight of the climber and that it is within its allowable service life. C, ensure that all heavy tools are securely fastened to the belt D-ring. D, all these choices are correct. Which of these choices should be observed when climbing a tower using a safety belt or harness? A, never lean back and rely on the belt alone to support your weight. B, confirm that the belt is rated for the weight of the climber and that it is within its allowable service life. C, ensure that all heavy tools are securely fastened to the belt D-ring. D, all these choices are correct. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
I just love these tower ones, and normally I'd say all the above, but I think it's a trick one, and I think it's B, Bravo.
Okay, Ricky, I got you. There was another station trying to get in there. Other station, come back.
Kilowatt Echo 9 Norway.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Well, I was going to say D, all of the above.
Well, Kurt, I'll tell you what. That's, sorry, that's not correct. Ricky WX9RLT, you said B, Bravo. You're correct. You finally got one right. Well, you did a while back, too. Hey, this is all in fun, folks. Don't worry about it. Which of these choices should be observed when climbing a tower using a safety belt or harness? Correct answer is B, Bravo. Confirm that the belt is rated for the weight of the climber and that it is within its allowable service life. Okay. As you are climbing up or down, remember to take your time. It's not a race. Be sure your climbing gear is fully secure. Belts and harnesses must be within their service life and adequately rated for weight. Carabiners or carabiners, whatever, should be completely closed. Latching hooks should close away from the tower. Always use a safety lanyard or redundant lanyards. And remember that often forgotten rule to follow the manufacturer's directions. General Class License Manual, page 9-15. Okay, this concludes this portion of the trivia segment. Before we continue, are there any more stations you'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
We heard K9RFD. This is K9.
Okay, we're going to read a couple more questions from the extra Q&A. And let's see. All right. Okay. Which of the following describes problems caused by poor dynamic range in the receiver? A. Spurious signals caused by cross-modulation and desensitization from strong adjacent. B. Oscillator instability requiring frequent retuning and loss of ability to recover the opposite sideband. C. Cross-modulation of the desired signal and insufficient audio power to operate the speaker. D. Oscillator instability and severe audio distortion of all but the strongest received signal. Let me reset.
It sounds like you and Gary have a plan.
Which of the following describes problems caused by poor dynamic range in the receiver? A. Spurious signals caused by cross-modulation and desensitization from strong adjacent signals. B. Oscillator instability requiring frequent retuning and loss of ability to recover the opposite sideband. C. Cross-modulation of the desired signal and insufficient audio power to operate the speaker. D. Oscillator instability and severe audio distortion of all but the strongest received signal. Any plan for answer this question?
Control. Gary, have it heard and then send it to Craig.
A lot, Kurt. Gary, did Brad get a hold of you?
Okay, I'll read the question and the correct answer. Which of the following describes problems caused by poor dynamic range in the receiver? Correct answer is A, alpha. Spurious signals caused by cross-modulation of desensitization from strong adjacent signals. A receiver with poor IMD dynamic range will exhibit cross-modulation of the desired signal by strong adjacent signals. One with poor blocking dynamic range will suffer from desensitization. Exercise license manual page 7-22.
Working on another project with Kurt and Brad. I just came down here to print off a couple things to take tomorrow. 3 things actually. And
all right, we'll find it here. I'm just trying to find the right question here.
Yep, no problem, Gary. Yeah, we'll have plenty of notice. Once Craig gets some equipment there, I'm going to go over and help him out for a little bit, so I'm sure.
Okay. How can an APRS station be used to help support a public service communications activity? A. An APRS station with an emergency medical technician can automatically transmit medical data to the nearest hospital. B. APRS stations with general personal scanners can automatically relay the participant numbers and time as they pass the checkpoint. C. An APRS station with a global positioning system unit can automatically transmit information to show a mobile station's position during the event. D. All of these choices are correct. How can an APRS station be used to help support a public service communications activity? A. An APRS station with an emergency medical technician can automatically transmit medical data to the nearest hospital. Let me reset. B. APRS stations with general personal scanners can automatically relay the participant numbers and time as they pass the checkpoints. C. An APRS station with a global positioning system unit can automatically transmit information to show a mobile station's position during the event. D. All of these choices are correct. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
Rob from Chillicothe had said that I was thinking it is fine, and that
C. Charlie, I know that one for sure, and I've been told that A and B is possible, but I've never seen it, so my final answer would be C. WX9RLD.
something like that. So
You are correct, Rick. You are correct. How can an APRS station be used to help support a public service communications activity? Correct answer, C. Charlie. An APRS station with a global positioning system unit can automatically transmit information to show a mobile station's position during the event. Any automatic packet reporting system APRS positions of fixed stations can be entered directly into software. Mobile APRS stations equipped with a GPS mobile positioning system units can automatically transmit information to show the station's position. This capability can be useful in support of a public service communications activity such as a walkathon. Entry class license manual page 8-12. Well, I guess you've probably done special events, or you probably know about that stuff. Okay, that's great. That's great.
got it isolated to if we take the amp offline and run it with no amp.
Okay, one moment, please. I'm gonna read one more question, and I believe that will do it for tonight, if I can find it. All right. No, I'm not reading that one. I'm not reading that one. All right. Last question of the evening. At what time of year is sporadic heat propagation most likely to occur? A. Around the solstices, especially the summer solstice. B. Around the solstices, especially the winter solstice. C. Around the equinoxes, especially the spring equinox. D. Around the equinoxes, especially the fall equinox. It sounds like double talk. And what time of year is sporadic heat propagation most likely to occur? A. Around the solstices, especially the summer solstice. B. Around the solstices, especially the winter solstice. C. Around the equinoxes, especially the spring equinox. D. Around the equinoxes, especially the fall equinox. Anybody correct answer this question?
Take that cable and connect it right directly down on the battery and bypass the rig runner and see what happens.
Okay. At what time of year is sporadic heat propagation most likely to occur? Correct answer is A. Alpha. Around the solstices, especially the summer solstice. The solstices, when the Earth's axis is tipped at the maximum angle with respect to the sun, are the times of best conditions for sporadic heat propagation. Enter class 5 manual page 10-13.
Come on.
Who's the Friday Night Fun Net for, no, not minutes up. This concludes Friday Night Fun Net Trivia for this week. We'll do it again next week. Okay. At this time, if we have any more stations who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now.
Only overheated though, and actually melted the plastic on it.
I'm running 5 watts at about 20 miles. And I heard somebody say that there's no static on me.
Oh, that's a bunch of baloney. They're showing a commercial saying, just a minute. Hold on. They said Swedish Americans now use the W Health. Well, it's UW Health Swedish Americans. They didn't do that, those commercials, right. They better do them over again. UW Health Swedish American. So, okay. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Than we know of. Run off of that.
Go ahead, Mike.
The charge. Runs off.
Okay, if you want to switch, okay, I hope we don't have that problem like we did the last couple of nights here when with the health tech nets on the 195. But thank you for letting me. So all stations we're going to be switching at 9:36 p.m. The Friday Night Fun Net is going to be moving to the 147.195 repeater. K9G share before moving to 195.
Maybe there's.
This is K9G Star with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. We're moving at I don't know how many stations are still with us. Let's see. I'm going to do a quick roll call here. K9HKX. K9MED, Mike.
KD9MED.
Now this won't screw up your equipment or your streaming or recording, won't it?
Nope, we're good. We're still live streaming.
Okay, that's good. Thanks. Okay, KD9N, Kurt. KD9GDY, Jim. K9RGG, select this. Okay, NA9NKB and 9B, yeah, they're gone. Let's see, alright. WX9RLT, Ricky. KD9EPZ, Al.
Yep, I can hear you, Jim. No more Metamora.
Thank you very much. I should have invited them to check in the net here. Okay. There's always another time. Okay. N9CNW. This is K9GCR, net control. Okay, sounds good. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now. Well, at least we were able to stay on 61 for about an hour and 36 minutes, so that ain't bad at all. Okay, now I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets in the area. As far as I know, there's no major contesting going on this weekend, so as a result, I will not read the DX Code of Conduct or the amateurs or the contesters' Code of Ethics. Okay. In about exactly 20 minutes at 10 p.m., the Night Watch net will be getting underway on the 443.750 repeater in Chicago with PL 114.8 Los Angeles. That net runs 7 nights a week. It all depends. Sometimes you run for an hour, hour and a half, or 2 hours. Depends on how many check-ins they get. Reception has not been was not good last night at all. You cannot get into the CFMC 44375 Chicago. If you cannot get into the CFMC 443.750 Repeater Chicago, you can get into via the Echo Link. The Lunch Bunch net is held every Monday through Friday, 12 noon to 1 p.m. A swap net at 12:30 p.m. on the 145.430 repeater in Downers Grove, Illinois. BL 107.2 minus offset. W9DUP to K9RFD Repeater. There is a Saturday night fun net which meets every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee. That is a PL of a 127.3 minus offset. I was not able to pick up the net last Saturday and New Year's Day night. I'm not sure if they even had a net, but I'm assuming they did. But that net is a lot more structured than this one. You got checking A through G, H through N, so on and so forth, like that. But that's a good net they have on Saturdays. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, the Greene County Aries Races that meets on Sundays at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe with a PL 123.0 minus offset. Scott K9YI is net control. After a 2-week hiatus, they're going to pick up the net again this coming Sunday night, 7:30. The Big Thunder After Radio Club holds its Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. I should say, on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere and the PL 100.0 plus offset. The Whiteside County Aries that also meets at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling with a PL 114.8 minus offset. Should not have any problem getting that repeater. They use the antenna is located about 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. Monday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 146.610 repeater, we have the Monday evening rah-rah InfoNet. Larry and I and Larry K9KCT share the duties of a net control operator. I think we have about 9, 10, or 11 check-ins that night. I'm not sure. That's followed immediately by code practice with the Larry K9KCT. The Lee County Aries Races Group meets. They hold their net at 8 p.m. on Monday evenings on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL of 82.5 minus offset. The Kishwaukee After Radio Club holds its Monday evening net at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb, PL 100.0 minus offset. Pleasant surprise. I was able to get into that repeater. The first time in a few years I was able to check into that net since they moved that repeater. So that was pretty good. Okay, Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. on this repeater, we have the first of the two Elvin tech nets. Larry H9GO holds the Tuesday evening net, and I hold the Thursday evening net. We ask everybody how they're doing health-wise. If they have any technical questions. Let's see. Just a minute. The Rock County Public Service net meets at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville that has a PL of 123.0 minus offset. Okay, Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. The North America Long Wires net is held. Net control is Rick, K9QDP. That net is held on 28.390 megahertz at 10 meters upper sideband. Then the Ogle County Hampshire Radio and then including Harry Skywarn meets at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with SPL 146.2 plus offset. The Wednesday evenings we have the here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have the Stevenson County Stevenson County Aries net. I'm the net control. I think I had a total of 8 check-ins or whatever. But then immediately following that net at 8 p.m. on the same repeater, we have our Wednesday evening swap net. It runs from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. and all traffic is handled. Bill K9RFD, the trustee of the 39 repeater bases Hampshire Radio Newsline. 15-minute independent news broadcast devoted entirely to Hampshire Radio. By the way, Mel, K9RPN, and I share the duties of net control. Those of you in the Beloit area, I haven't forgotten you. 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Beloit, PL 123.0 plus offset, the Greater Beloit Hampshire Radio Club. It's Wednesday evening net. This is KC9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Center in Freeport. Do we have any more stations who want to check in? Please call now.
KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO, hello, Dean. I was getting ready to switch back over to 6-1 and try to contact you. I don't know if you knew it or not, but we were Metamora, there's a repeater down in Metamora, Illinois, near Peoria, that operates also on 6-1. So Mike K9MED told me about they were trying to get her, so I decided to move that to this repeater. So how are you doing? How did your New Year's go?
Good evening, Jimmy, and everybody else out there on the net tonight. Went real good, uneventful. How about that? We're able to, that's probably what we did, uneventful. We did all our stuff on Christmas, so it was just Mama and I doing a whatever, and that was about it. Talked to the kids, and that was our excitement. Otherwise, I figured you were up here. When I went down and turned on 6-1 there, I heard the guys from, I don't know if that's Wheaton or where that's from, but coming in there, and I figured you'd moved up here, although they weren't that strong coming in, maybe an S2 or 3, so shouldn't have bothered the repeater, but that's okay. This works good here too. How about you there, Jimmy? Would you do anything exciting on New Year's other than watch the ball drop or something like that? KC9GCR, K9FLO.
KC9GCR. Well, first of all, that repeater is down in Metamora, Illinois. It's down by Peoria. So, I watched the ball drop. It was just a regular, normal New Year's Eve. And of course, I had a special edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. We started at 11:30 last Friday night. We went till shortly after midnight. I had 8 people checking in. We wish everybody a Happy New Year. And I watched the ball drop and I watched the parade. I don't watch football. I don't get it. That's not my sport. And I'll tell you what happened. Our cable TV went out. As it turned out, somebody was firing, was shooting bullets that hit the wires for internet and cable. And as a result, our cable TV service here in Freeport and over in Rockford was knocked out. They didn't come back on until around 10:30 last Sunday morning.
And I would assume that wasn't for any fireworks celebration there, Jimmy?
Wasn't no fireworks this place. Somebody was shooting bullets at the, I don't know, or at the wires there, at the cable. This took place late in the afternoon. That's when our service went out.
Wow. Well, you know, they probably had to be a pretty good shot at that coax, I assume, but oh, that's too bad. Yeah, that's just what's needed. More people to, I won't even say. Anyway, otherwise, it is the end of the first week of the year, and got a club breakfast to go to tomorrow morning up in Beloit, South Beloit, I should say. A bunch of us get together for breakfast and talk ham radio and all that good type stuff. And that's about it. This weekend's going to be kind of quiet. Hopefully it'll warm up tomorrow for a little bit, I guess. And then I think Sunday it's going to drop back down. But it is winter here. This is what we get in this area, and it's okay. I can live with it. Back to you, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I have not been outside this building since Tuesday night. I figured, well, I'm going to go out tomorrow because we have our monthly meeting of the K9RFD Repeater Association, the Freeport Public Library. George, N9WSQ, our club president, called me on the phone and let me know that about the meeting. They were going to have a meeting, so that's good. So yeah, but that's what happened there. So hey, I wanted to. I don't know if you follow boxing or not, but I was asking everybody who their favorite boxer was. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, or Rocky Marciano, or do you have a favorite boxer or not?
Well, the last one, second to last one I watched was probably back to when it was Muhammad Ali. My daughter is a boxer, and she was in a boxing match out in Washington, D.C. about a month ago, and it's a donation type thing where they try to get sponsors and everything else, but it was on the internet and all that, and got to watch her go through 3 rounds of boxing. And being in the mid-40s, that's not something I really like to see my kids doing, but that's her thing, and she had a good time doing it and was very successful. But yeah, I don't know. I could think of a different form of exercise, but she did good at it. It was nationally, whatever, on, I don't know how they did it, on the internet or some video deal. You could watch it. So that was kind of my exciting event. So I can say I personally have a connection with boxing there, Jimmy.
Well, that's great. Congratulations. I was saying back, well, I guess my favorite fighter was Muhammad Ali. Whether you liked the guy or not, you couldn't help but admire him. That's for sure. And I was mentioned now that I'm old enough to remember the Friday night fights on TV every Friday night. They're sponsored by Blades, Look Sharp, Feel Sharp, Be Sharp, and what have you. Can't sing the song over the radio or I'll get in the doghouse with the FCC. But yeah, there's the Friday night fights. Then there was the Blue Ribbon bouts there on TV many years ago, sponsored by Pat's Blue Ribbon Beer.
Well, you know, you mentioned the old, the Gillette. That's right. I remember that many years ago. Now we're dating ourselves for sure. Gillette used to sponsor an event, and I think it used to be broadcast on Channel 13 out of Rockford. Does that sound about right there, Jimmy?
It might have been. I don't know. That was back in the day when you saw Rocky Marciano or Sugar Ray Robinson and some of those great fighters of back then.
Yeah, that could be. And I was thinking it was on a Friday night. Maybe not. Could be off on that there. think that was back in those days. I was more into watching Outer Limits and things like that. But anyway, Jimmy, I got to jump out of here. I got to get up very early in the morning for get ready for going out to breakfast. So I thought I'd get in here before I called her tonight. I want to say great talking to you. Again, Happy New Year. I think this might be the first time I talked to you this year. How about that? Catch you later. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
This is the first time you talked to me. Last time we talked was last Friday night about this time, but it was New Year's Eve. Dean, thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your week. Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta go to that breakfast tomorrow. So we'll talk to you mid next Friday. In case KC9GCR we clear 73.
73, Jimmy.
Okay, at this time, do we have any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Yeah, years ago it was a Friday Night Fights. Now today it's a Friday Night Fun Net. So that's back in the... I think ESPN Classic. I think they carried one Sunday afternoon a few years ago. I think they carried the old, I think it was the Blue Ribbon Bouts. I think it was, it went on for several hours. I think they showed the late Rocky Marciano defending his title at one time. He fought 49 times, and 6 times he won the title. He retired undefeated. In fact, he and Jack Tunney were the only 2 heavyweight champions who retired undefeated. Nobody has done that since. This is KC9GCR with a Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. We have any more stations, so I'd check in this time. Please call now. Okay, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Contact Brad at AEAHL, or I remembered his call. Or Ricky, WX9RLT, if you want to sign up for the Facebook page. You sign up, you see pertinent information about the Friday Night Fun Net, you see updated pictures of my ham shack, and you even see weather information. So if you want to sign up for the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page, contact Brad, AEHL, or Ricky, WX9RLT, and one of them will get you signed up. Next, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FN-FN, 232-3636, local Freeport number. You've seen pictures of it on the Facebook page. It's a traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. When I'm transmitting it, when it rings, it's a real telephone ring phone. It's not that phony cell phone ring. In fact, before the net started, Pat, KF9SD in Warren, Illinois, checked it on the hotline. Okay, at this time, we have any more stations. I'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KC9GCR, KD9MED.
Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier there was no contest going on. Yes, there is. There is Winter Heat, which is a VHF, UHF simplex contest that is currently going on. And any information you need is at hamactive.com. I've been working the contest, and
I've done fairly well. I actually made one contact with a gentleman in Assumption, Illinois, which is 30 miles south of Decatur, or 168 miles from me, simplex.
You know what? I forgot all about that. Never thought about that. Thanks for reminding me.
It's a lot of fun. We need more people up in this area to sign up for it, because I've been talking to there's tons of people down in central Illinois and south of me. Everything I talk to just about is south of me. There's not very much up this way, and we need more. We need more precipitation. That's rain. Participation from the area up here. I know not everybody can reach everybody on simplex, but or for depending on the antenna, I know I can reach some people up in your area. But you know, it's a lot of fun. There's two frequencies on 2 meters, 2 frequencies on 70 centimeters, and then there's a few digital frequencies. One for system fusion, one for DMR, I think one for P25. But it's, once again, still simplex. You can't use a hotspot or anything with digital or wires X to do this. It has to be done radio to radio. But there's quite a few people that are running the Yaesu radios that are talking on system fusion and are getting really, better range in digital, of course, than they can get in analog.
That's great. That's great, Al. Thank you very much. I'll tune around and see if I can find those simplex frequencies. Thank you very much.
On 2 meters, it's 147.525 and 147.570 are the two meter frequencies. And I'm trying to think what they are on. You can look. I know you don't have internet, Jim, but everybody else, they can look at hamactive.com, and that'll give you all the information, all the rules, and being able to sign in. And the logging system is really good. You just go on the site and sign in, and it takes care of all the logging for you. There's not a lot of information. You just have to put in their call sign, and they'll ask you what frequency you were on, and that's it. They're logged.
I think I have those frequencies programmed in my radio. I do that 147.525 and 147.570. Thank you very much for that information there, Al. Maybe I'll see if I can, maybe tomorrow, if I can scan the band, I'll see if I can make a contact if everything goes well.
Trying to figure out how we can get you signed up for it, because considering you don't have internet. Go ahead and do it anyway. If you communicate with somebody that isn't signed into the event, you still get, we still get 1 point apiece for them.
Thank you very much, Al. Okay. Hey, I better let you go, so you can get in to see if you can pick up that night watch net there. Thank you very much for checking in. I'll make a point to tune in to see if I can scan the band tomorrow. Thank you.
Hey, like I say, I'm looking forward to having some more people active in this area for it. It lasts the entire month of January. And like I say, I'll say one more time, hamactive.com is where you go.
Thank you very much, Al. I appreciate that. Okay, thank you. This is K9RFD Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time Parents, you know where your children are at. Well, it's actually 10:05 p.m., but who cares? This is Friday night. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now. Oh, hey, sorry about that, folks. I'm just kind of watching the news here on Channel 17. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now. K9 GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transferring from Friday Night Fun Net transferring to Freeport. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now. Okay, at this time I want to do my honorary check-ins. N9ARB. Tony, our EC here in Stevenson County. HC honorary check-in and his better half, Tracy. N9EAB. And we mustn't forget the beautiful Kitchwaukee River Yacht Club south of Rockford. AA9, Sugar Fox. He checked into the special New Year's net just after midnight last Friday night. He was my last to check in. That was great. So he's checked in, and one of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in often, but he listens every Friday night. Richard in Belvedere, N9DO. He's the honorary check-in. Okay. Gotta reset it. Okay, K9FEO, Justin. Honorary check-in, let's see. Okay, W9KLG, Kevin. He and Justin are going to come over in about a week and a half. He's going to give you a new desk microphone for my Yaesu FGM 100, and then I'll be able to run the net on using the Yaesu radio again. Okay. Okay, let's see. KD9LOA, Brandon. HC honorary check-in, and it KD9OVJ, John McConnell, HC honorary check-in. Oh, yes, I gotta check these people in. K9MED, Kerry. Hopefully, he's taking a break from radio, but hopefully he'll get back on the air soon. And Rick, KD9QDP. The honorary chicken, okay? Okay, let's see. Who else? Oh, yeah. N9WSQ. George, our club president here in Freeport. HC honorary check-in. Total of 36 check-ins. Do we have any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun? Please phone now. You know what? N9NQD, Arthur, HC honorary check-in. Oh my goodness, yes, I gotta check in the king of CW. K9KZT, HC honorary check-in. He had a truthful, folks. He wasn't sure whether he was going to get on the radio or not, but I told him if he didn't check in, I'd put him down as an honorary check-in, and we would definitely make sure that he hears this and that's being recorded on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page for future rebroadcasts. So the count stands at 38 check-ins, same number of check-ins I had last week. Any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please phone now. Okay, I got checking Bradley. Alpha Echo 8 of Lima. So he and I started this net way back in 2008. So he's checking number 39. Okay, any more stations you want to check in? Please phone out. Well, you know what? I think I'll just go ahead and put down the Bruce N9BWM HC honorary check-in. That's constant 40 check-ins. Any more stations you want to check in? Please phone out. Does anybody have any additional questions, comments, or input, or any traffic they'd like to bring before the net? Okay, I want to thank Dan and 9DCH, the trustee of this repeater, for allowing us to use the repeater, and of course we want to thank the members of RARA for the use of the 6-1 repeater. Kurt KD9MED, the repeater chairman. So okay, I'm going to run down the list of stations we've checked in so far. KF9SCU checks in the early bird checking the Friday Night Fun Net hotline. W9JTC Jamie, AA9BU Mike in Janesville, N9DLB Dave here in Freeport. Second time he's checking on this net. That's wonderful. H9GO Larry, H9NW, AA9YE, N9GBP, KC9QPL, KD9HKX, KD9MED. Thank you for streaming this net live on the internet, recording it on the Facebook page. KD9N Kurt, Roscoe, KD9GDY, K9RGG. NA9N and KA9 BDI, Robin and Thomas, respectively, up in New Glarus. They haven't checked into this net for a long time. Case sign DDF, John Elgin, W99WTF. Case sign YI, W9GD. Putting them down as non-area check-in. WX9RLT, Ricky, K9EPC, ALK, N9CNW, myself, case sign GCR, net control. K9FLO. These are my honorary check-ins. N9ARB, Tony, N9TAB, Tracy's better half, 89SF, Scott, to the beautiful Kishwaukee Euro Yacht Club. N9CO, Richard and Belvedere. K9FEO, Justin, W9KLG. Kevin, it'll be so good to see him again when you bring that desk mic to me. K9LOA, Brandon, K9OBJ, John McConnell, K9MED, Kerry, K9QDP, Rick, N9WSQ, George, N9NQD, Art, K9KCT, Larry, the King of CW, AE8L, Brad. He and I started this net back in 2008, and last but certainly not least, N9BWM, Bruce. Let's see, I had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 on-air check-ins, 1 early bird check-in, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 honorary check-ins, 1 early bird check-in, 23 on-air check-ins, leaves a grand total of 40 check-ins. Are there any more stations who want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. This is K9 GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Any more stations who want to check in? Please call now. Okay, sure each other, mothers or fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your candlestick maker. Sure you tell your clerks behind the checkout counter at your grocery store, but sure you tell the clerk behind the counter at your convenience store, but sure you tell your waiters, waitresses, bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Sure you tell your new car dealer, your used car dealer, your garage mechanic. Be sure you tell the clerk behind the counter your local post office when you buy your stamps. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Be sure you tell your probation officer, your parole officer, your divorce lawyer. Sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun. And the more check-ins, the better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, body miles, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you take a knee or clench your fist when the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. You burn the flag, we don't take your check-ins. And you don't back the bull, we don't take your check-ins. That's just plain all there is to it. Okay. This concludes our main business for this evening, and with that, I want to thank everybody for checking in. This great topic tonight. Muhammad Ali was a landslide winner. Who was your favorite all-time professional boxer? Okay, chap. With that, this is the last call. For any stations that want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region with ground traffic, please call K9 GCR. Last call for ransom jaw. Okay, tune in again next week for another edition of Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim, K9RFD, and I control the Friday Night Fun Net. Now closing down this Friday, January 7th, 2022 edition of Friday Night Fun Net, the first one of the new year, and return the repeater to frequency normal and for radio use. Exactly at 10:20 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 hours, 20 minutes Zulu time with a total of 40 check-ins. 7-3s, everybody, have a good evening. This is K9RFD saying 7-3s to all, and to all, a good night. K9MED, K9MED, K9RFD.
KD9MED.
Okay, the net closed down at exactly 10:20 p.m. It was a 2-hour, 20-minute net with a total of 40 check-ins overall. Go ahead and post it.
All right, Jimmy. Yep, it's posted. It's live stream.
Okay, sounds good, Mike. Thanks for all you do. And we'll talk to you later. K9RFD, be clear.